Hello everyone, we'll continue with the quality control and blood bank topic. The side heading called as documentation, it refers to record keeping or the maintenance of records. So the main intention or the aim of having this documentation is it is acting as an evidence for the work done in the blood transfusion service. So whatever work or the process happening in the laboratory, it can be documented so that it is acting as an evidence. Also helps to trace each donation for any evidence of error and staff involved in exercise. So any work, whatever is being done in the laboratory, the errors involved by the staffs or by the technique, this can be traced out by having this documents. Ensures the consistency and reliability of blood transfusion services. So the same form, the same level of work and the standard performance can be continued by having these documents. Also acts as an evidence for the investigation of any alleged products, adverse reactions or complaints, whether related to donors, transfusion recipients or staff. That means for any legal issues or legal problems, these documents will be very much helpful where it is acting as an evidence. Record of donors. We have different records for the donors, that is with respect to donor selection and registration. Blood donor registration, while selecting the donor, he has to register his details, that refers to blood donor registration. Donor deferral, that means for what reason this donor will be not accepted as a satisfactory donor. Donor reaction, if any reaction has happened after donating the blood, those things will be recorded in this particular record. Voluntary donor panel, that means with the regular intervals of time some donors will donate their blood. Those are known as voluntary donors, so that those donor details also will be recorded. Rare donor panel, that means rare blood group donors, those their information also will be put up in the records. Donor recall system, to call them back after their deferral period. If at all they are the temporary deferral type of the donors, they will be recalled so that they can donate their blood. So here are some of the records or the documents in which form what and all content should be present in each of the records. First one, that is donor blood collection. So in this record we need to have the date of collection, the donor identification number, name and address, age and sex, some of the physical findings, the lab test and interpretations, whatever is done, we need to record in this donor blood collection records. Record of blood component preparation. So to prepare the components, these are the set of the things that should be present in this record. Serial number, identification number, blood group, date and method of preparation, component prepared, results of the test, whatever has been done over the respective components, name of the staff who is preparing the component, and if at all you are going to discard anything, those records also should be put up. Record of recipients, that is to whom the blood units will be donated or blood units will be transfused, that is recipient's name, identification number, name of hospital ward and bed number, name of the clinician who is taking in charge of that recipient or the patient. Other informations of the patients should be present. Indication, what is the reason for bringing about the transfusion of blood or components, number of units of blood or blood components which is required, date and time when it is required, whether it is a routine or emergency of the transfusion also should be notified in the record of the recipient. Next one, compatibility test records. In this we need to have these details, that is recipient's ABO and RH type, identification of the donor unit, donor's ABO and RH type, techniques used for cross matching, which particular method you are going to follow, initials, that is the small signature has to be put up by the staff who is performing the test. Blood or component issue register. So here in this register we need to have these particulars: date and time of issue, particulars of the recipients, clinical diagnosis of the patient, recipient's ABO and RH type, identification number of the unit which has been given to the recipient, particulars of the components, which particular component will be given, those things also should be entered. Number of units issued, compatibility reports, initials, the person who is taking in charge of all these things with respect to one single patient, or his signature and name should be present. Other records as stock register of consumable articles, whatever we consume, those records also should be maintained. Register for non-consumable articles, daily stock register of blood and its components, that is blood and its components, whatever, how much is there, it has to be recorded on daily basis. Record of transfusion reaction, if any adverse reaction has happened, that also should be recorded. Quality control record, that is quality control record of all the aspects, is whatever has been taking place in the lab should be recorded. Auditing. It is an important management tool for monitoring the quality assurance system. Auditing refers to nothing but the evaluation or checking of whatever process is been happening in the blood transfusion service. So this also is one of the important management tool. So it's of two types: quality audit as well as medical audit. Quality audit, it covers each and every aspect of blood transfusion. That means here quality auditing means it is checking for the quality itself. Evaluation of the quality is done not only with respect to the preparation of blood or blood components, other activities what has been done in the blood bank, everything will be checked for its quality or standardization. So that means it is having access or control over all the components of the service. So it can be selective and specific at times. Procedures may be internal or external. So this auditing can be done by the internal members itself or sometimes by the external members also. Medical audit. Second one is medical audit. It is carried by the hospital transfusion committee. So this is a committee where it will be having some members in it as representatives from different disciplines, from surgery, from interns, hematologist, anesthesiologist, hospital administration, nursing staff and transfusion medicine. So they will be having control over all the aspects what is being done in the blood transfusion service. Whatever work with respect to blood is being done, these committee members will have control over these aspects. So what is the function of this hospital transfusion committee? We'll see that. Functions of hospital transfusion committee: they monitor the source and supply of blood components, the source, that is from the donors, as well as how it has to be supplied. All these things monitoring, all these work monitoring will be done by the hospital transfusion committee. They also monitor the adverse effects of blood transfusion. They develop guidelines for use of blood products. How the blood products has to be utilized will be guided by the hospital transfusion committee. They to promote the CME program for medical and nursing staff so that they can upgrade with their knowledge. Thank you.